Hi, Internet. Welcome to the Troyan YouTube channel here with another rocker reaction. I've got a request to do some more metal on this channel, and I specifically got some Megadeth requests to say, hey, why don't you do some Megadeth? You say you love Megadeth. So to actually talk about a metal band that I like on this channel, we're going to do some Megadeth. And we're going to go with Holy Wars. I thought it would be fun because, one of my favorite reaction videos is the Lost in Vegas Megadeth reaction to Holy Wars, where they're like, whoa, this is great. And I thought it'd be fun to do, so I'm actually going to react to the video version because a lot of people, only know the studio track, haven't seen the video. And I think the video tickles me in a way, so I thought it'd be fun to do. So we're going to react to Megadeth, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. Yeah, so I mean, we've got right at the bat just a really, really great killer riffs. I loved what Lost in Vegas said. No foreplay; they just got straight into it, started kicking ass. The video gives me a chuckle just seeing everybody shirtless. Hey, you know what? Band unity in image is important. So everyone was, sticking together, shirtless. They were working out, looking good. But that just amuses me so much to seeing the entire band shirtless. Who says that Megadeth and Manowar have nothing in common? Am I right? But yeah, just freaking killer riffs and great guitar tone, super catchy. And the thing is, it's very easy to overplay and lose sight of a lot of bands think automatically like technical equals good, and that's not necessarily the case. What they're doing is something that requires precision, requires talent, but it's not like so all over the place where it's not becoming something cohesive. Like it's coming together very much as a unit, and I think that's what bands need to do. Too often with very technical bands, everyone is just playing really complex stuff, and it's not gelling together. These guys are absolutely gelling together. Yeah, so I mean, freaking great lyrics, basically about just not understanding the strife and conflict that religion has caused throughout the ages. Where he's like, why do people kill each other over, their religious beliefs? And Dave posing that question and saying that he thinks it's dumb, essentially. And it is sort of interesting if you're actually looking at, let's say, the religions of Christianity and Islam, like they both stem back from Judaism, and so they're worshiping the same God. If you actually look at the text, Allah is just their name for God, but it's the same God. Where Judaism split off into two paths. It split off. It kept going with Judaism in one path, and then the other path was Islam, and then Judaism, after it kept going for a while, split off into another path, which is Christianity. But they're just three branching paths of the same origin, and so. There's irony that these people are worshiping the same God ultimately and killing each other. Which is just something that's very sad. I know a lot of people are, saying, well, oh, no, I don't worship Allah, I worship God. Like, if you actually look into the history of it, it's the same deity. It's just the different texts have different interpretations of that deity, but it's the same, it's the same God. But yeah, I think this is, it's a great song, but I will admit this next section, where it goes into like the Middle Eastern bit, I thought was very Spinal Tap-ish. I still think it's very Spinal Tap-ish, but it's good. So at this point, actually, it becomes a different song. That intro section was basically a different song, and because the music changes so much, the rhythm, the riffs, it just becomes a different thing. And so this second part of the song, I'm actually not as into. Where actually I like it a lot, and I actually think it's still one of Megadeth's finest moments. But I think that first section of the song, up till that breakdown, was so much better that this section is always like a little bit of a disappointment. I just wish that section was twice as long because I loved it so much. I know Dave Mustaine has taken the material super seriously, but for something about him just gives me a chuckle. I don't know what it is, but he's just one of those guys. We're like Bill Murray, you just laugh when you see him. So really, Dave Mustaine is like the Bill Murray of metal. But I love his voice, I love his songwriting, I think he's great, and also what kind of threw me off unexpectedly, I didn't pause at the time, was seeing Dave Ellefson in this video because I just haven't watched this video in a long time. And the last time I saw Dave Ellefson was when I opened for him at the Nashville Rockin' Pod Expo. And in another video, I mentioned that I opened for Michael Sweet at the Rockin' Pod Expo. And someone said, "What? You weren't there? That's not true." I mean, look it up. It's there. You can look it up. So Dave Ellefson played, and I got to meet him, and that was very, that was also very cool. But the point I'm trying to make is that when I saw Dave Ellefson's face there, the last time I saw him was in 2019. And so in my head, when I think of Dave Ellefson, I picture 2019 Dave Ellefson I met at the Rockin' Pod Expo. And so when I saw him in this video and he looked so much younger, and I was like, oh shoot, and it threw me for a loop because I wasn't ready for it. So yeah, just sharing what's going on in my head. And yeah, that entire sequence of lines there was really brilliant. They killed my wife and my baby with hopes to enslave me. Their first mistake, last mistake. Basically, explain how the cycle of violence keeps going, where, you can be a sort of like an innocent person, but if your family gets killed in a holy war, you will then become, rallied up, you'll become angry, and then you'll want to fight back against the people who killed your family, and then you'll kill their family, and then the cycle of violence continues. And so, Dave diving into the psyche of that person, I think is actually really, really brilliant and very poignant. Yeah, I want to just say very excellent use of dead notes there. Really brilliant. Yeah. So that was Megadeth, Holy Wars. I think it's a great song. I think it's a brilliant song. I think that Dave Mustaine is a great songwriter. I think he's a great lyricist. I can't help that he makes me laugh like Bill Murray. Just whenever I see him, like, I gotta chuckle. But I think he's really talented, and I think just everyone on this track, freaking killed it. It's a metal masterpiece. It's a classic. I think it is a well written song, and I think a lot of my beef with metal genres is that I feel like the songwriting isn't as strong as in other genres of music like rock, like pop, like R&B, like jazz. And so I feel like a lot of metal bands are just like, we came up with a riff, and then everyone jammed on the riff, but like the band wasn't cohesive, the riff wasn't that great in the first place. But in this case, you have a great riff, you've got a great vocal melody, you've actually got great hooks. I wish some of those hooks would repeat more, but the individual hooks are actually really great, so there's actually some good pop sensibility in terms of the hooks. But then the arrangement is actually more progressive. But yeah, I'd say this is a great song. S rank. Absolute masterpiece, great song. Let me know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Be sure to do the liking, the commenting, the subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.